Good morning, friends. What's up? Welcome back to another video here on Johnson's Ever After. It is Monday, September 9th. I took last week off filming. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. We're very glad you're here. My name is Ashley. You'll meet my husband Josh later. And my son Dossie is who you hear playing over there. We are just having a chill week. I don't know that we have any exact plans this week. It's gonna kind of be a week at home, but I have like projects in mind. We'll see if I actually follow them through. Because any other moms out there, especially toddler moms, know that it is hard to get stuff done when you are chasing around a toddler all day. So, we'll do that. I kind of have this idea that it would be fun to go through what's on my TBR cart. And yes, I said cart because my TBR is so low right now that one of my book carts is sitting empty. I thought it'd be fun to go through that, show what's on there, and then maybe make Josh do his, because he has a book cart of his own and his is overflowing because he didn't want to get a second cart. He just wanted to cram it all into one. But that's okay. You know, to each their own. And then we are trying a bunch of new recipes this week. I think we've unintentionally become a very cooking heavy channel, which I am okay with because we love cooking. We love trying new things. And so yeah, we'll have some new recipes. I'm trying to think of what else we're doing. I don't know, I guess we'll see what the week holds. Currently, I have not started another book. I tried to start one and I just couldn't stand it. So it kind of wound up getting DNF'd. And then this weekend I sold some books to an independent bookstore that I love called Powell's, because they have the option to sell your books. So I got online and sold some of my books to them. I wasn't able to sell all, but that's okay. We could donate the rest and send them to a good home. And yeah, I think the last full book I read was Eat, Pray, Love, which I have still not filmed a book talk on. Not book talk like TikTok. I don't get TikTok. Listen, guys, I'm really an old lady inside a 27-year-old's body. So I'm not like hip with all that stuff. I like Instagram and that's about it. So anyways, I think this is going to be a very bookish, very food heavy, very family awesome vlog this week, and I hope you enjoy it. And so I'm going to end this intro because I'm running out of things to say. So we'll see you in the next clip. Alright, friends. I turned the camera on right when you did that. That was awesome. Anyways, what was I saying? Give me a second.
And see. Give me some crackers.
Daddy, Dossie does not like that we paused in the middle of getting him a snack to laugh. Anyway, it's later. Josh is home. I'm just catching him up on dinner because he is gonna get dinner started while I go take a bath. And I wanted to take one earlier, but I wound up falling asleep when Dossie fell asleep for a nap, so that didn't happen. We are gonna make pasta pomodoro tonight, which we've never made before. We're kind of on this quest to find the greatest recipe for a homemade pasta sauce. That's something I would love to have in my skill set, or like my repertoire, is to make a homemade pasta sauce that's really good. Because we're in no way scratch chefs, but we love making stuff. So we're gonna do that and some garlic knots. And Josh is gonna get that started. So that is where we are right now. I'm hoping he's gonna remember to film while he's cooking. That or do a grocery haul because he just got back from the grocery store.
Okay. So before we even start dinner, which she's talked about a little bit, and there's some alterations being made. She sent me the notes. We're gonna start dinner momentarily. I'll go through that when I get there. Grocery haul. of a couple things I put away already. Cold stuff, it's like, we got new milk. I did not put the lettuce away yet. I guess I didn't get very far. We got garlic nuts for dinner. Like I said, we also got lettuce, which I need to put away. We got new ranch. She got these healthy roasted almond snacks, lightly salted. Oh, and a zucchini. Alright, anyway. What else we got here? Got some seasoned croutons. Can never have too many of those. Cookies for the boy. He doesn't know. He always eats these like crazy. The twists and shouts. Put these away before he sees them. Didn't have the pretzel she was looking for, but she was okay with these. She was looking for one that was like just a regular thin, not the ultra thin. So the other one's fat free too. These aren't fat free. So anyway, I'm gonna set these up here. We also got a little thing of tomatoes. Well, actually, it's a big thing of tomatoes. What am I talking about? We got a big thing. So she had some for salads, because we need the amount of a little thing for a recipe, I believe, tomorrow. So, had to get a big thing. Give me a moment. There is something else. I think I may have put it away already. Yes, there is something else, because I got her. Mama's taking it back, Bubba. Oh, hold on just a moment. Got some more of her tea, the not decaffeinated kind. Big box. They didn't have a little box, but I'm okay getting a big box because it lasts a bit. I threw it just so you didn't see. It landed on the counter. Some short socks. She says her socks currently, or at least some of them, are uncomfortable, and she's not really liking the longer ones. I got some shorties. I hope they're okay. Some of them find some cute or funny designs, but it's really the only ones. I hope they're good. They're nice and fuzzy. Anyway. Ooh, I need to go get it from the car, but I got her some flowers. I'm gonna cut them down. I'm gonna display them in this right here. Yeah, I'm doing that. It's gonna be really cute. I hope. Alright, so, what was this recipe called again? I know you probably said it, but I was just gonna say it again anyway.
Pasta pomodoro.
Pasta pomodoro?
Doro.
Doro! Dang it. I was about to go first try, but it wasn't right. Alright. So we made some, well, she's made some substitutions. We are, hold on, let me go back to the screen and read it. We were going to, oh my goodness, I went too far back. Bear with me. Okay, so instead of basil, we're gonna do oregano. And then, wait, so, and we're adding Italian seasoning?
So, because we don't like basil, I'm making a substitution of oregano and Italian seasoning.
Okay, gotcha. I don't think you can hear, I don't know if the camera's picking her up, but we're substituting the basil for oregano and Italian seasoning. A little bit of both. It's the best of both worlds there. Alright. Then we're gonna do a dash of cayenne instead of red pepper flakes. And we're leaving out a step where it said add mozzarella balls. We're not gonna do the mozzarella balls. So other than that, yeah. Got the oil in the pan. I think I gotta heat that up and then add the garlic and go from there. Oh, I'm already on it. I was filming a clip of the oil going in.
really good where it's at. Okay, so I know the pasta isn't twirled, but look how good that is. Okay, needs a little Parmesan. Beautiful. Okay, I was told to turn this on for prime cuteness. Did you get mommy flowers? Do you need help?
You need help, Bubba?
Hey.
And you got me more tea and fuzzy socks.
Here, set that right here, Bubba.
And there's garlic nuts. This totally makes up for the fact that the pasta sucked. Thank you, baby.
What's that?
That's a candle. Don't touch, it's hot. Did you help Daddy with this? Okay, good talk. Thank you, honey. Okay, so as you heard in the last clip, that dinner did not work out. I don't know what it was. It had no flavor. And the little flavor it did have, it was just, I could taste the can that the tomatoes were in. So, oh, battery's dying, hold on. Alright, so as I was saying, dinner didn't really work out. It didn't taste great. So Josh was nice enough to make me a turkey bacon BLT. He's gonna make himself something, but right now it was Dossie's bedtime, so that's what they're doing. Dossie's very talkative tonight, so bedtime's not going as good as usual. But that's okay. You know, we tried a recipe, it didn't work out. Part of me just wants to start testing different canned sauces, just so on nights like this we just have one set aside that we like, that could just be a good backup. Because we had one that we loved, and then oh goodness, excuse me, I'm sorry, and then one day it just didn't taste as good anymore, and so yeah, we have been in search of a new favorite pasta sauce ever since. So that's where we are. I'm so tired, if you can't tell. Hi friends, so it is the next day. We are just hanging out. I actually just finally chose a book. I have not had a book for a few days. I'm still kind of in my reading funk. Rereading Eat, Pray, Love was great. But when I went to read another book, the reading slump wasn't fixed. So we're hoping this time it works. And I figured, what better time to show you what's on my TBR cart. And yes, I say cart because my books have gone down so low that one of my TBR cards is... Oh, did a shark get you? Okay, toy shark got his hand. Anyways, one of my book carts is very sad, very lonely, and has had no books on it for quite some time. We haven't done any book shopping. But that's okay, we'll get to that when we get to that. In the meantime, I'm hoping the book I picked this time will be a success. Which, by the way, let me show you. First of all, let me show you the bookmark, because I got my Stars Hollow Book Fair ticket bookmark. And then I'm going to read A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. I read The Dead Romantics, and I've heard a lot about this one, and I kind of am very intrigued by it. If I'm being completely honest, I cannot tell you what the whole story is. Oh my goodness. Apologies. Anyways, so I chose that one, and then I'm going to show you what are the books that are on my cart that I have not yet read. So. Yes, that's Mommy's book. Yeah, that's a book. Mommy's going to talk about it. Is that okay?
Okay.
That's okay.
Do
you want to say hi?
Hi.
Say hi.
Hi.
Okay. All right, you can go ahead and go play. Mama's going to work on this a little, okay?
Papa.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We're going to have to wait a minute. All right. That was a temporary timeout. So now we're going to talk about the books I am not currently reading that are on my TBR card. I don't know if I'm going to read descriptions of all of them, but I'm going to tell you a little about them. So first I have Love to Loathe You, which is a little 3-story novella collection from Allie Hazelwood, who wrote the Love Hypothesis books, which I loved so much. I'm pretty sure when I read them, I can't remember if it was this year or earlier or late last year that I read them, but I read them all in one sitting and I was like obsessed, and I have been wanting this forever. And a while back Josh found it on sale and I was so excited, so I got that. If you guys haven't noticed, over time I'm very much more a romance reader now, but it hasn't always been that way. I really used to be the girl who's like, I will absolutely never read a romance. Turns out you were wrong, younger Ashley. You really were. Romance is great and you love it now. Still not great, still not a huge fan of historical romance, but on romance in general you were wrong. So anyway, so the next book is called What Makes Us Stronger by Freya Lewis. This is a memoir of a girl who was a victim of the Manchester Arena attack that happened back in 2019, I believe it was. Let me double check the date. 2017 is when it happened. Oh my gosh, has it been that long? And her experience after the fact. And she lost her best friend in the attack. And this is kind of her story of from the moment she woke up in the hospital. It's definitely going to be an emotional read, but it's also a story that I very much want to hear, because I imagine it couldn't have been easy to write. So next we have Love in Winter Wonderland. Josh got me this at the end of last year, but I didn't get a chance to read it. I still haven't. I'm kind of saving it for the Christmas season, which for me is November 1st. So I almost said January 1st. No, that's too late. I am a Christmas-aholic, and I love it. And yeah, especially Christmas books. Oh my goodness. The yawning today is unreal. So basically, this is a romance set in a bookstore. And if that doesn't tell you all you need to know, then I don't know what to tell you. But I will read the synopsis. It's a little one. It says, a hopelessly romantic Christmas love story set in a black-owned bookshop. Trey is popular, handsome, and works at his family's beloved bookshop, Wonderland. Ariel is quirky, creative, and desperately in need of a Christmas temp job. An opening at Wonderland is the answer, but Trey and Ariel take an instant disliking towards each other. With Wonderland on the brink of shutting down, can they put aside their differences and stop the doors from closing before Christmas Eve? Ooh. Enemies to lovers is not really a way I usually go, but when it's done well, I enjoy it. Alright, so next we have The Queens of Animation by Natalia Holt. If you guys haven't guessed from previous vlogs, we are very, very big Disney fans in this household. And these are sort of about the women who worked in Disney in the early days. Yes, baby. Yes, you have a box. Good job. And a woman who, it's written by a woman who set out to research them and kind of tell their stories. And I believe she talks about 3 women. But it's really cool. I've had this on my TBR, and I haven't gotten around to reading it yet, but I am very excited to read it. So next is Vagabonds by Elagosa Osunde. I'm just going to read the description of this, or the synopsis of this to you, because I don't really know how to describe it. It's kind of pulled me in sort of an enchanting, you want to know what's happening, kind of magic in the air feel. And so it says, in much of Nigeria, vagabonds are those whose existence is literally outlawed. The queer, the displaced, the footloose, and rogue spirits. Elagosa Osunde's brave, fiercely innovative novel traces a wide array of characters for whom life itself is a form of resistance. Blending unvarnished realism with myth and fantasy, Vagabonds is a vital work of imagination that takes us deep inside the hearts, minds, bodies, people, and tribes. So it doesn't tell you really much about it, but I'm interested. Also, how beautiful is that cover? Alright, next. Nobody's gonna be shocked that I picked up this book by this author. Like I said, my last book I read was Eat, Pray, Love. Now I am going to read, now I have Committed by Elizabeth Gilbert. This is one of, I think there's only 3 of her books I haven't read. And I've been wanting to read this one for years. I think I got it last year, and so I'm excited to read this. This is kind of her story of what happens for her and Felipe after Eat, Pray, Love, because they found they weren't going to get married, but in this one, they do. And it's kind of their story regarding that, and I'm really interested in reading that because, as you know, Eat, Pray, Love is one of my favorite books. So, hold on a sec, I'm going to switch to a new clip because this one's getting very long. Alright, so, next book is Toni Morrison, The Source of Self-Regard. If you guys remember, a very long time ago, I had a copy of this. It got severely water damaged to the point where, like, I couldn't even read it. And I hadn't gotten the chance to read it yet, and I was so sad. And so last Christmas, Josh got me a new copy because he found it at a discount bookstore, which we love. And I'm so excited to read this because I think Toni Morrison is an incredible writer. I think she may have passed. I could be wrong. Still, phenomenal writing talent. I'm excited to read her essays. I do enjoy a good essay collection every once in a while. Alright, and now I have Molokai. So this is a book that I attempted to read years and years and years ago, but I just at the time wasn't really into it. It much more fits my reading interests now, and I love books about Hawaii, or set in Hawaii, and I am very interested to read this. So I attempted it once, and it was one of those things where I kept trying it and it wasn't working, so I DNF'd it and I sold that book. And then, like, I think I got this right before Josh and I got married. I got a new copy. And so I'm interested to read that. I believe I also have the sequel somewhere in this pile. So, alright, and speaking of essay collections and personal stories, I have this book called Londoners by Craig Taylor. So this is basically stories of people who used to live in London or live in London and what their experience is of the city. I believe it also does, okay, so basically the front cover says, "The days and nights of London now, as told by those who love it, hate it, live it, left it, and long for it," which I'm very interested in. Alright, so up next, we have The Holiday Mix-Up by Jenny Baird. So I love a good pretend dating fake fiance story, and that's exactly what this is. I don't know much about it. But yeah, look at it. Look how fun that cover is. This is like so cool. I'm very excited to read that. I don't know what Dossie is doing. He's in his own little world. Also, next, so I have You Should Sit Down for This by Tamara Mori Housley. I was an avid watcher of The Real, or I guess you could say I was an avid watcher of clips of The Real on YouTube, because we didn't get the channel that it was on. It was always on in the middle of the night for us. And I was a very big fan of Sister Sister, and you know, I watched that growing up. I think probably my favorite project with the Mori twins was Twitches. I loved the Twitches movies. And this is her memoir, and I'm very interested to read it. Like I've said before, I really love reading people's stories, and yeah. Alright, let's see, where to next? Alright, so next I have The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I read one of his other books a very long time ago. I cannot remember which one. It's on my bookshelf probably. Hold on, let me look at it. gosh, I can't remember which one it was.
Wait, what am I looking at right now? Why am I
Dang.
hanging off
Anyways, I very much like Matt Haig's writing style, so I'm looking forward to this. I'm not a fan of the permanent stickers, guys. You know this. So I have this one on my cart. Let's see, one more. I have No Two Persons by Erica Bauermeister. I really hope I did not mispronounce her name. This is, to me, I'm very intrigued by this book. I love books, about reading, about writing, and this is a fiction one. So that alone drew me into this. I believe what this is a girl is a writer, and she's published a book, and then through time, she shows it to other people and how they, you know, they shape it, and her book influences them, and it's kind of that story as she goes along looking for someone to actually publish her book. Alright. Next is The 100 Loves of Juliet by Evelyn Skye. So this is kind of a sweet romance set in Alaska, and it's about a woman who goes to get a new start, write a book, and there's very much Romeo and Juliet influences. This is a very unusual pickup for me. I don't know if I ever said this before. I really hate Romeo and Juliet. I hate it, guys. I know it was good writing, but I just don't like the story. I can't stand it. So, and I don't know how people think it's romantic. Like, it's literally called a tragedy. Anyways, moving on from my rant. I have this book. I'm intrigued by it. I hope I like it more than the story that's influenced it. Hold on, I need to get some water. I'm going to take a break. Alright, so next I have another memoir, which is This Much Is True by Miriam Margolyes. We don't talk about it much. I just don't think it's come up. I really loved the Harry Potter series. They were very influential and special to me growing up. I remember watching all the movies, and the first time I ever went to a midnight movie premiere was with my dad. He took us to the last one. It was a birthday gift. And it was so special, and like I said, I'm always interested in people's stories. Miriam Margolyes, if you didn't know, played Professor Sprout. So I'm intrigued by her story. I'm curious. I'm hoping that I enjoy this book. But yeah. And next I have Yes. I believe this stands for yes/no. I don't know. I don't know the lingo, guys. I am an avid fan fiction writer for myself. I don't really read it online. But this is by Esther Yee, and from what I understand, this is a girl creates an online fan fiction universe for this pop band in Seoul, and you can kind of choose your own story and which way it goes. And I don't know if it's one of those choose your adventure things or if it's her story of writing it, but I'm intrigued. And yes, I did just admit to writing fan fiction. I write it on my phone. It's a great stress relief. Alright, so next I have Canadian Boyfriend by Jenny Holiday. This is kind of a cute little rom-com. You know, I have not yet read well, that's not true. I attempted to read, what is it, Icebreaker or whatever, the super popular, super spicy one. And that one wasn't for me. But I've been curious about hockey romance, and I found this one, Canadian Boyfriend, which I'm intrigued by. I've heard very mixed reviews. Some people love it, and other people are completely bored by it. But me, so far, I'm intrigued by it. I can see both sides. I've read, like, the first chapter in terms of, like, trying to figure out what I'm reading. So, that was there. I'm realizing this is getting a little long, so I think from here on out, I am just going to show you the books. Okay? Okay. Good talk, guys. Alright, so I have Anne Frank, The Diary of a Young Girl. I read this when I was younger. I thought it would be good for me to read again as an adult when I'm not being told to do it for an assignment and my attention's wavering just because of that fact. Alright, next I have Sweetness in the Skin by Ishii Robinson. I love a good Caribbean read. And also a beautiful cover. The Story Collector by Evie Woods. I read her other book, The Lost Bookstore, and I loved it. And I can't wait to read this. Also, beautiful cover. Don't say you can't judge a book by its cover. Don't tell me you guys don't ever look at the cover, because they're beautiful. They're so artistic. Alright, so next I have Who Do I Think I Am by Angela Johnson Reyes. She is, if you have ever heard that very famous comedy bit, The Nail Salon, this is the comedian who performed that. My mom and I used to watch that a bunch because it made us laugh hysterically. So and I believe it was my mom who got me this for Christmas. So I'm very excited about that. Oh, you got your pillow, good. I was very worried he didn't have his pillow out here, apparently. Alright. So next we have Page Boy by Elliot Page. Again, I love hearing people's story. I followed Elliot Page in his earlier years, and I'm quite interested to know his story. Next I have Long Live Latin by Nicola Gardini. I am fascinated by language. Sometimes I like a really academic read, and this is nice and short, so. The Second Chance Hotel by Sierra Godfrey. I love a abroad romance. So, that was the draw on that one. Also, pretty cover. Next, I have Daughter of Molokai. Told you guys I wanted to read this series. Haven't read the first one, so that one's just kind of sitting on my thing. My son's very, very goofy. Then I have Meet the Sky by McCall Hoyle. Very intrigued to read this. I love this cover. I believe this takes place in like the Carolina Islands. It takes place in Outer Banks. I've never watched that show, but I love the Carolina Islands and stories like that, so. Alright, next I have We Were Dreamers by Simu Liu. I really like Simu's work. I first saw him in Shang-Chi, and personally I love him in Barbie. And also, if you have ever watched him on Lip Sync Battle, you should really look up his Bro Country cover of It's Your Birthday. I think that's the name. Oh no, it's In the Club. In the Club. I don't know why I forgot that for a second. But it's really good. He's a very good singer. And then I have Jollof Rice and Other Revolutions by Omolola Ejioma Ogonyemi. I really hope I pronounced that right. Very intrigued by this. Like I said, I love a good short story collection. Hi, baby. Hold a sec, baby needs. Alright, last few books. Let's power through this. And by few, I mean there's at least 9 here. Swing Time by Zadie Smith. I'm very intrigued by this book. I can't remember where I found it, but I've been intrigued by it, and it's been on my TBR card a while. That happens a lot when you're a mood reader, but it doesn't mean I'm any less interested in the books. So, bear with me. The Pairing by Casey McQuiston. Very intrigued by this. Also, look how pretty. Where the Sun Rises by Ana Gomez and Christopher Paloha. Again, I love books set in Hawaii. The reason I have not read this one yet is because I figured out it is the second book in a duology, and I don't have the first. So, yeah. The Girls in the Wild Fig Tree by Nice Langete. I hope I pronounced that right. This is her story of trying to save girls from child marriages. And, yeah. And then I have My Name is Barbara by Barbara Streisand. Again, I love to read memoirs and hear people's stories, and Barbara Streisand is iconic. And this might be the longest memoir I have ever read. Not the longest book. I'm pretty sure Anna Karenina takes that. I read that when I was like a sophomore. The Wish by Nicholas Sparks. Love a good Nicholas Sparks book. I was drawn in by the boat, and I hear this is a Christmas-ish book. Welcome to the School by the Sea by Jenny Colgan. Love her books. How to Save Babylon by Safia Sinclair. Again, another one I'm reading. I actually saw this on Book with Sins on Instagram. It's a page that I follow a lot. I love her recommendations. So that was what drew me to this one. And then Misadventure by Jess Phoenix, my wild exploration in science, love, and life. Sometimes I like a good science story and a good explorer story, especially one written by a female. So, that is all the books on my TBR. If you are still here, thank you for bearing with me. I promise, from here on out in this vlog, will be more interesting than my awkward talking about books. Alright, it's later. Josh is home. You didn't hear a word I just said, did you?
Nope.
Okay. I love you. Anyways, we're having dinner. We decided instead of the recipe we were gonna make, which was a new recipe, we're just gonna make some comfort food. So, Josh is making couscous soup, which we love. We kind of had a few days of like recipe fails. We just need a night where we just know dinner's gonna be great.
Yes.
And we'll go back to trying new stuff soon. So.
Yes, indeed.
That's where we're at. Also, I put my pajamas on because I wanted to be comfy.
No. Really?
Yeah. Really? Yeah, really. What's your reasoning for not being comfy?
Work.
All right. I love you.
I love you more. I love you more. Hey.
What?
Hey.
What?
Hey.
What?
Who's the greatest wife ever?
Probably Julie Andrews.
Julie Andrews.
I don't know.
Okay, you're probably not wrong there, but no, you are.
Okay. Okay. I thought you were gonna kiss me.
Oh.
I love you. Okay, I looked it up because there was a debate. Julie Andrews does not have a husband right now.
So she's not the greatest wife.
I don't know, she's just a really amazing woman. I figured, you know, she'd be good at it. I was trying to be cute. It didn't work out.
Ozzy looks concerned for both of us.
Yeah. Sorry, kid. This is the parents you're stuck with. He's just looking back. Did you just have a pop? Was it yummy? Was it,
No.
No, it wasn't. Oh, no. Alright, we'll see you guys in the next clip. Hi, friends. So, it's the next day, and I didn't film any today because it's Wednesday. We were hanging out with my Grammy, and I like to just hang out when she's here. But also, she brought us these beautiful tomatoes, which I'm excited about. We love tomatoes in this house. Thank you, Grammy, if you're watching this. I am doing some dinner prep. Josh should be home kind of soon, and there's some stuff that I can't really do without him here, partially because I can't reach the shelf, and even with the stool, but that's okay. So tonight we are having taco chicken tenders. We are gonna try Mexican street corn casserole, which I've never had Mexican street corn, so if this isn't actually an accurate recipe, please don't blame me. I found it on the internet. And then we are also gonna make some green enchilada rice. So, I have the chicken cut up and set aside. We just cut breast into tenders. And, now I'm gonna make the corn casserole. So, I hope I don't screw this up. Okay, so ingredients. We have sour cream. We have mayo. We have queso fresco. We have chili powder, garlic powder, cayenne, salt, and pepper, and some corn. The recipe called for 4 cups, but we're not going to eat 4 cups, so I just did the 2. So, let me just get this out. Hold on, sorry guys, the recipe's on my phone. Okay. So, I guess we're doing quarter cup instead of half. Yeah, we're gonna do quarter cup. Okay. So. Alright, quarter cup of mayo. Alright, and now we're gonna do quarter cup of sour cream. This recipe usually says it makes a lot more, but like I said, I halved it, so. Right, next is sour cream. And I think we're gonna have just the exact right amount of sour cream left to do this, which perfect. All right, so that part's done. Okay. So now I need some measuring spoons. Alright, so it says we need, it says only do a half teaspoon of garlic. Well, let's face it, when do we ever follow the garlic rules? So we're gonna do a teaspoon. Okay. We got 1 teaspoon. It says a teaspoon and a half of chili powder. Those, and then the rest of it kind of says to taste, so we are just going to do a dash of cayenne. I guess that was more of a shake than a dash. Black pepper. It didn't say add black pepper, but I don't ever not add pepper stuff. It's one of our favorite things. And a little bit of salt. And then we just mix it up. Oh wait, we need to put some of the queso fresco in here. So, alright. So we got the initial mixture done, and now we need to do some of the queso fresco. If I can get it open. This should be interesting. Welcome to the Johnson Variety Hour, where we watch Ashley try to open a thing of cheese. Okay, this could take a few. Hold on. Alright, and some crumbled queso fresco to go in. Oh, I'm excited about this. Yes, I am. A lot of cheese. Josh would be happy. Alright. It smells pretty dang good. I'm excited about this. Alright. This is the smallest baking pan we have, so it doesn't fill it, but we're gonna call it good. Okay, so now we're just waiting for Josh to get here. I got out our loaf pan and moved the corn to that because I figured it would fit better. So.
Alright. You said that it was the taco chicken, right?
Taco? I can't remember if I said on there. It was taco chicken tenders.
Taco chicken tenders. I'm gonna do a little time lapse of those being made. And then, what was the rice called?
Green enchilada rice.
Green enchilada rice. That'll be the next thing. Just having the chicken ready. So then, I'll preheat the oven while the rice is starting to go. And hopefully this all gets kind of cooked together. I don't... You all said the time's relatively close. Did that corn bake at the same as the chicken? Or no?
The corn's a few minutes more, probably.
Minutes more, but is it the same temp?
Well, I made an adjustment because it's a different temp.
Okay. So was probably cooking for longer than originally? Or shorter?
Oh, shorter.
Shorter, right. Higher temp for the chicken. Okay, but yeah. That's what we're doing. Gonna do a time lapse of the chicken. And go from there.
Alright, our final product for dinner is looking good. I'm excited. Friends, if ever you let your toddler sleep way too late when he's taking an afternoon nap, because he obviously feels a little under the weather, you might find yourself awake at 11 o'clock watching Miss Rachel, hoping he dances his energy out and that you can go to bed. It's not working. Yet. Hi friends, so it is the next morning. Last night, yeah, it was a long night. But with the help of very little sleep and some tea, we're here, we're awake, and I've been reading a novel love story while Dossie watches cartoons. But I found this passage that I really want to read because well, it's not so much a passage as most of a paragraph. So it's the beginning of chapter 5, and it says, "Sometimes a book can change your life. It's hard to explain that to someone who doesn't read, or has never felt their heart bend so strongly toward a story that it just might snap in two. Some books are a comfort, some are a reprieve, others a vacation, a lesson, a heartbreak." Yes, Mommy's reading. But yeah, I read that and it just made my heart so happy. I love this book so far. So that's where we're at today. Hi friends, so it's actually the next day. I completely meant to close the vlog out last night, but I never got around to it. We just had lemon caper Greek yogurt pasta for dinner and relaxed. And yeah, it was a good night. So that was kind of our week. It was kind of a fun one. I enjoyed this. I kind of made a decision. I'm gonna have Josh do his book cart in its own separate video. So, because I looked at how long the clips I made were, and that's like an entire video. So, yeah. Anyways, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video and that you'll join us again. And we'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye.